10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What a fight! I think Ferrari won it.
Juan, the Hispanic causing panic, Lascano.
Thanks to those joining me live and those that have been joining me on the archive. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate everybody. Let's go ahead and talk some. I don't have a lot of time, but at least a good 45 minutes or something. But that's enough time. That's solid time. Let's get this going. First of all, thanks for being here. Hit the like button. Thanks so much for getting us over 100 likes on the last HCP show. It's gonna pass 1,000 views. We appreciate that. And all that good stuff, man. Look, let's go ahead and talk about this. I knew this was when you've been watching boxing so long. All right, when you've been watching boxing so long, and yes, I have a home phone. Before anybody says, is that a home phone? T-style phone home, yes. I do. It is what it is. Okay, I was a telemarketer though. I don't know why the fuck. It's whatever. Anyway, when you've been watching boxing so long, right? When boxing is something you've and you've been on social media so long, you could already anticipate what the reactions are going to be, what people are going to say, what people are going to do. So I knew the moment Inoue was knocked down. And I'm not saying I didn't engage in it a little bit. Now, I was joking around. Okay, I made a post on Twitter, and I did before somebody comes out. You did it too. I did. I did a post saying Canelo's never been knocked down. You know, like that's all. That's all I said. You know, I didn't say anything else. You know, but let me just say this, man. And if people were going back to like fucking 2010 when Cotto's brother stunned them for a second, like this is crazy, bro. But the dude's like 19 years old. But look, Paulie Malignaggi, will you like? Let me use Paulie as an example. Well, Crawford's never been knocked down, and that matters. So he's number one pound for pound. Now, look, I think either guy could be number one pound for pound. But this idea you disqualify Paulie, that you disqualify Inoue from being number one simply because he was knocked down is insane to me. Okay? That is an asinine thing to say. And I find it funny because these guys tout about how people don't know their history and they puff their chests out. Yeah, because they don't know the history of box. These Canelo fans, they don't know shit. They're just fans of Canelo. Like, I actually find it funny that you'll kind of refer to Inoue as a most exciting fighter, but I know what guys like Paulie mean by that. Like, I know what you mean by that, brother. And I know he's saying he's on the heels, the cusp of taking over Crawford, but you know, there's cold words out there. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying. So it's just cool. I get it, Paulie. He's exciting. He's not the best. See, Crawford is just better in every way. He's not as exciting because he doesn't get knocked down. He doesn't get in trouble like Inoue or whatever you want to say. I get what you're doing. It's all good. Nothing wrong with being excited, by the way. Nothing wrong with being one of the most exciting fighters in the sport at all, actually. And I do agree, Inoue probably is one of the most exciting fighters. But I would argue it's debatable who's more skilled between him and Crawford. I'm not going to sit here because he got knocked down. And all of a sudden, he don't got the skills. He's not as talented as Chance Crawford. Some people disagree with that. And that's what the real argument here is. Paulie, just to tie it back to Canelo for a little bit, just to show you his hypocrisy. Paulie Malignaggi just loves to get on Canelo and then he'll go all the way back to Muhammad Ali. You're not like Ali! Ali fought everybody and did everything. And they love him and Teddy and all these guys. They just love to talk about the old days. And I love the old days too. I'm nostalgic too. Shit, I love boxing history. I love these boxing legends. But they'll be like, oh yeah, I just don't know the history. Losses happen all the time. You lose some, you win some, but guess what? But you fight everybody. As long as you do it all. But these fans don't know that. They don't know that styles make fights. They don't in the history of boxing. You know what else happened, Paulie? Before he got his title shot against Sonny Liston, then known as Cassius Clay, was clipped hard by Cooper and dropped. He hit the canvas. He beat the count, right? He got out of that round by a miracle. He goes back to his corner. And his trainer seeing that Ali probably is not going to be all there in the next round. He'll probably going to lose his fight unless he did something. And what he did was he cut the gloves of Ali. Showed it to hey, what happened? I don't know the glove. So they took time to replace the glove. And by the time they got it replaced, Muhammad Ali was better recovered. He went on to win that fight. Does that mean Muhammad Ali wasn't a great fighter? Does that mean Muhammad Ali isn't one of the greatest of all time? Does that mean that Muhammad Ali wasn't skilled? Does that mean that Muhammad Ali isn't probably the greatest to ever do it? Does that disqualify because he was knocked down in a fight and all that had to happen? This was before he got his title shot, by the way. It was before that. So, perspective. Even the greats, even the greatest get knocked down. Tyson Fury's been knocked down. But that was Wilder. Okay, fine. He was knocked out by a cruiserweight in Cunningham. But he got back up. And he went on to win that fight. Tim Tszyu was knocked down by Gaethje. Got up. Went on to win and dominate the rest of the fight. It happens. And I still remember. Andre Ward was dropped and hurt by Boone. I'm not even talking about Kovalev. Before he was even in the world stage, at the highest stage. It happens. A fighter is not exposed when they're hit and dropped. If they get back up and they dominate the rest of the fight. What that shows me is their character, their poise, is what it shows me. Fury was knocked down by an MMA dude. That is true. Crazy. These things happen. Fighters, great ones, get knocked down. That's why, yes, and I do agree that it is special to see fighters like Canelo and Crawford that never been knocked down before, because in a sport like this, these things just happen. Okay? Until this day, after 60 plus fights, Canelo's never been knocked down. And he's been in there with punchers like Kovalev and Triple G. Never hit the canvas. Crawford never hit the canvas. But that doesn't That doesn't mean that they're automatically above the pound for pound list. I don't see Paulie making that argument for Canelo. I don't see him saying, "Oh, he's never been knocked down," so I don't see you saying that. Getting knocked down is a part of boxing. It happens, right? A severely inferior fighter could land at one shot that knocks down their opponent. It could happen, right? And even the greats, even like, you could still argue they should have a knockdown on their record. Mayweather should have a knock. First of all, Mayweather did take a knee once, well, because he hurt his hand, so there's technically is a knockdown on Mayweather's record, right? But aside from that, they should have counted that Zab Judah fight. His glove did touch the canvas. That should have been a knockdown. It should have been counted a knockdown. Crawford versus Mean Machine. It should have been called a knockdown. Mean Machine was robbed of a knockdown being called, right? But it didn't matter. Whether they would have called it a knockdown or not would have had no bearing on the result of the fight. Crawford was just a better fighter, and the same result was going to happen. The same thing was going to happen in the end. Inoue was caught with a really good punch by a puncher in Neri. He got back up. He stayed composed. He took like 2-3 seconds. Got back up. Stayed composed. Stayed away from him for a little bit. He ended the round strong, and then he went on to dominate the rest of the fight. That is what great fighters do, right? That is what great fighters do. But if you, for whatever reason, want to hold it against in a way that it was knocked down in a fight, if you want to do that, then you have it. Look, you could do whatever you want, right? But the reality is, Henry Cooper wasn't the hardest puncher Muhammad Ali ever fought, but he was still knocked down in the fourth, and but Ali got up and he won the rest of the fight. That was in England, by the way, that fight. They fought again. He beat him decisively. It is what it is. And that's why, keep in mind, that was the fight before he went on to fight Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston was a devastating puncher, so people did their stupid little math. And they're like, which, look, if I was there, let me tell you something. If I was there back then, I would probably be doing the same thing. So I'm not even judging those people. But yeah, if I saw Ali get hurt by Henry Cooper, and then he's going to fight a devastating puncher who just won the heavyweight championship of the world and defended the heavyweight championship of the world by first round knockouts, right? He was just destroying guys like Floyd Patterson. Yes, I would definitely probably be saying, I don't know about he's going to take that punch. There's a reason he was a 6-1 favorite. Sonny Liston going into that fight. But it is what it is. Shout out to 92 AKU and Mr. Contreras. Nice playing, brother. Wait, MMA fighter dude is a little disrespectful. He is a heavyweight world champion. Well, he was an MMA fighter, brother. Like, that's not. Why is concept an MMA fighter disrespectful? That's what he is. What do you mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. But guys, shout out to John. I just wanted to put that out there. Great fighters, even undefeated fighters, at some point are either hurt, buzzed, knocked down. They should have called that knockdown. Like, there's always something with all of them, right? Even if there's no official knockdown in the record, there was a fight somewhere you could find where they were buzzed and hurt or something. No matter who you are, bro, right? Well, there might be some exceptions, but rare. Can Estrada fight Inoue? No, man. First of all, Estrada's got to take care of Bam first, and I don't know if he's going to do that. I think Bam's going to win that fight, and Bam's He's not gonna go to 122. That's just too like. And look, it feels weird saying he's too small for Inoue because he's really not. But like, because Inoue's small for 122, but Estrada doesn't belong at 122. Inoue is a small 122 pounder, guys. I want to make sure people understand. I want to make sure. I don't care if the Ariel Hawani's over there, like who was suggesting he should. Wouldn't it be great if he fought Tank? Like, and when he was called out on it, he was calling people newbies and touting Pacquiao, man. Like Pacquiao was a fucking bantamweight at the age of 20, bro. Like come on, bro. Come on. You know what I mean? Karma Serene. Shout out to you. I was also knocked down by Luis Neri. Hope you're having a great day. I appreciate it. Shout out to Karma Serene. Back at you. All right. Shout out to you. And shout out to everybody, by the way, listening. I want to watch this video. First of all, I just want to say shout out to this is on HLD's Twitter. You guys could go to what's the guy? You'll see it on the thing. So shout out to him. This is fair use. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so let me see how I could do this. Because I want to share this, but I don't want to get flagged. You know what I mean? So let me see. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. There we go. All right. Can you guys see that? I know you guys can see it. All right. And I'll just keep it like this. I want to play this, and I'm going to tell you guys just kind of give my thoughts. I thought this was hilarious, but it's funny, right? Ryan cleared of PEDs. Okay, let's go ahead and watch it. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I'm going to react to it. Can you guys hear it? Did you guys hear the sound? Let me know really quick if you can hear it. Really quick in the chat. In the chat, really quick. Can anybody hear it? I don't know if we can hear this. No, okay, that's fine. If you guys, and I don't have the thing connected for you guys can hear it anyway, so let's just watch it. So this is showing Devin Haney in a child's bedroom, by the way. I don't know, getting beat up by daydreaming about him getting beat up and crying about it. And then an epiphany is going to happen. Uh-oh. And he thought about, what if we find out he's on PEDs? Right? Can you guys watch it, though? Can you guys see it? You guys can see it, though, right? If you can't see it, then I'm not going to waste my time. I don't know what the no is for. No, you can't hear it, or no, you can't see it. What's the no's for? Hold on. Okay. You can see it. All good. Let's continue. Now, so I get this idea, and somehow, so here's the first problem. Now I know that look, I know these styles a cartoon, and I get it, but I just think people need to know this, right? There's no such thing as a Vada lab, guys. Right? First of all, Haney walking around with a big needles there. What do we do? It's hilarious. There's no such thing as a Vada lab. Vada does not do the testing. Vada doesn't even do the collecting. They have a collecting agency that specializes in collecting, and then they use WADA labs. Most people do not know this. Whether the cartoonist knew it or not, I have no idea. Probably doesn't care. It's just a funny cartoon. Okay. But let's continue. So we all heard Ryan talk about people being paid off, and he's going to sue Vada and all that stuff. So I guess that's what it's going to. So what are we doing? Oh man. So Garcia samples would not be in coffee cups. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay. So this is look, this is definitely a playing on the whole like, oh, the Haney's, they contaminated the results. Or whatever the hell people be saying. People be saying stupid shit, bro. There's a test, it's a positive. Haney's excited. Yo, this is crazy. So Ryan is getting drunk at the house. Ryan's over here getting drunk, and he's getting the results. So he sees the results. Oh, this shit's hilarious. Yeah. So Ryan says he's not playing around. He don't give a fuck no more. All right. He intimidates Dana White. First of all, what does Dana White have to do with any of this? This is the most bizarre shit ever. Ryan shows up. He's gonna beat up Haney again. He's gonna knock him out, and then he's gonna make them test the B sample. We all know Ryan wants the B sample tested. There you go. He's strong. He's strong. And then for some reason, Gervonta Davis shows up. Anyway, that's enough. Um, so that's that. You guys can check it out. By the way, check out that cartoon's hilarious. And don't take it serious. It's a cartoon. All right. But I will say this: I just want to make sure people understand. Vada doesn't do the testing. Vada doesn't even do the collecting, and most people do not know that. Okay. And I think that's important. What you do with that, those are just the facts. What you do with that and how that influences the way you're thinking, it's not up to me. You guys can think of that what you want. Um, but because of the way the collecting is done, because of the way things are done at a WADA accredited lab, no Haney or Bill are not gonna sneak in there Mission Impossible style and I put a nanogram of some illegal shit on the test. It's like on the sample that is. It just isn't going to happen. Also, Ryan did not pass the B sample for the Austrian or whatever it's called. He didn't, and he actually failed two tests for it. From my understanding, anyway, there's a people are confusing separate tests from different dates with A sample and B sample, right? So I just want to make sure people understand. B sample means, hey, take a piss on this, right? Take a piss on it, right? Thank you. That's one sample. And then I pour it on two different tubes. And I throw that away. I wrap the tubes up. One's A, one's B, and that's it. A and B are not two different tests. It's the same sample test. And they're put on two different, let's call them tubes, right? That's all it is. And that's really, I don't know if you guys have, I know for the job I have now, I have to do a drug test. And I passed because I'm working there, by the way. But for somebody's like, I don't know if these styles be passed. I don't know if these styles pass that test. I'm questioning these tests. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I pissed on a cup and then they poured it on two different, what do you call them? Vials or whatever you call them. And that is in case something pops out on A, right? In the rare occasion that there's some type of contamination or error in the testing or false positive, then you have the B sample that you could test for, right? Or the B sample can kind of help prove that and all that. But I just want to make sure that there's some things that could be easily be misconstrued, even with a funny little cartoon. So what do we learn today, class? We learn that for all these years, people did not really, the boxing media did not do a good job at all, by the way, educating the public on how all this stuff works. Because a lot of us found out they don't even use, that they use the WADA accredited lab anyway. Like VADA doesn't have their own labs, right? We're also learning that they don't even do their own collecting. Right? They have a collection agency for the most part, right? From my understanding, that they hire and all that. So that's just important to know, right? And that's that. But I think a lot of this whole like Bill tampered with it, or Victor Conte's behind it, or Victor Conte and his opinion really doesn't matter here, guys. People can make what they will what he says, but what he says really doesn't matter. What matters is the test, the result, and the circumstances surrounding it. Was it a contaminated substance? Well, we'll find out. Then Ryan should be able to produce the substance that he took. Let's say he took this, right? Let's say he took this shit, right? And they tested, and it doesn't say anything about Osterine on there, right? And then they take a tablet out, they test it out, and they're like, oh shit, it has Osterine on it. Like, you know what I mean? And then maybe that'll explain, but he needs to provide, in every one of those cases where it was a contamination, they were able to provide the substance, right? That's all I'm saying. If he doesn't have a substance that has that, then in my opinion, he's in trouble. But I don't know. What do I know? Okay. I would defer to people out there that know a lot about this, like Gabriel Montoya, Rachel Donaire. As far as the process and everything, Joe Habib knows this stuff too. So just, a good guy, a Hot Boxing Minute. He's on Twitter, and he knows a lot about this stuff because of what he does for a living. So, there's just people you can follow and get information from. You don't need to listen to these faces accounts just saying, oh, because Ryan endorsed Trump, and that's why they're doing this. Or, oh, because Bill Haney broke into the lab and he works with VADA and he had him, put that shit in the system after he lost. And why would they make him fight even though he got tested? There's simple explanations to all this. Why did they let him fight after he tested positive? Because the test was before the fight, and it takes 10 days to get the results. That's why. If you got tested, like what are we doing? Like, there's a simple explanation to it, right? But we'll see. And if it is a contaminated substance, and Ryan can prove it, and stop the shenanigans of it's because I'm a Christian. Like, what the fuck? Like what do you mean? Because they're doing this year. What are you talking about, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, bro? You know what I mean? Like, this shit's stupid. I am a due process guy. I'm a person, let the evidence come out. And that's that. I know that if I was convicted of something and it looked bad, but I knew in my heart I was innocent, and I knew if the evidence comes out, I'll be proven innocent. I would want people to just at least let the due process play out, right? Now, I wouldn't be out there spouting weird conspiracy theories either, but that's not here nor there. The fact of the matter is, it's going to come down to the test and what the facts show. This is not a character test, although you could say taking PEDs is a character issue, I guess you could say. But that's that, right? That's all I got. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I think that's a good, solid, 30 minutes that I gave you guys of my time. Now, did you guys hit the like button? You know what I mean? Like, it's what I want to know. Because Carmen Serene came out here with a super chat and did this, but did she hit the like button is what I want to know. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I'm not talking shit. But with that said, I appreciate everybody. And that's that, man. I just want to put it out there. Canelo's never been knocked down. I'm not saying I mean anything by it. I'm just putting it out there. Okay, like I'm just put it out in the universe. All right. And if I was building a fighter, I don't know if you guys saw that thing where Canelo said, build a fighter, sit the right hand of Thomas Hearns. Yes. That's a good right hand. The left, I guess because of the hook of Chavez. Imagine having the right hand of Thomas Hearns and the left hook to the body of Chavez, bro. And then he set the ring IQ of Mayweather and my chin. Brother, that would just be unfair, bro. All right? That would just be unfair. I'm sorry. All right. But with that said, guys, I appreciate everybody. He set the power. I think Duran. I think he said what or Foreman. Man. I'm out, guys. Peace.